Hey, my name is Matt. Behind me is my 1994 Toyota Supra. I've had this car for about 20 years. So it is in the middle of a really kick-butt build where we're literally going from bumper to bumper and everything in between. And the reason I'm doing this particular clip is because the first probably 3 videos that are going to end up on the channel don't really have an intro or an outro. It's just clips of stuff happening, and that's on me, so I do apologize. So the first few clips are going to be like talking about the car and what you're going to see in the video. So in this particular video, the engine has already been removed. I broke a ringland, I think on number 5, doesn't really matter. But car still ran, it just smoked. Stock engine, but the engine's out. And then I start the process of like draining the fuel, removing the fuel system, cleaning up the engine bay, getting it ready for like paint, because you can see the engine bay has been painted. So it's going to be that, I think, pretty much in the first video. And then I'll do something similar to this for the second video to explain what's going to happen. And then I think by the third or maybe the 4th video, I think we're going to see the story just starts to tell itself. So that's where we're going to leave this for now. And then I'll wrap up with you guys after you see the next clip. This is the 2JZ GTE out of my 94 Supra. So it's out now. I'm going to get some more videos of, like the tear down, maybe take the head off, stuff like that. I'm not really sure. But for now, we're going to set up this light. And for those of you that know these V160s, you got to undo the clutch like basically like a torque converter. So, kind of separate the two. Then get this on a stand and start taking off the stuff that I need. So for now, I'm going to get the oil drain pan under here, drain the oil out. While that's draining, I'm going to work on spinning the clutch around, pull the pressure plate bolts off, pull the fork out, pull the bell housing bolts, and then take the weight off with the jack that's over there and separate them. So get started on that. All right, we head out into this disaster. So this will be real quick. The wiring that I want to tuck is all of it, but I don't know if I want to go through that work. So I started looking at some of the easy stuff, and I was actually going to put a post in the one of the super groups here shortly. This I think has got the ABS and traction control, I think. That one looks easy enough where I could just unmount it, put it in here, right in this area. That one I think I got figured out. The horn is going away, well, at least underneath the headlight. The ABS I am going to keep. I know a lot of people are going to, give me tons of flack, but I had to lock it up once with skinnies, and I will never be without ABS again because of that. If I didn't have ABS, I probably would have crashed the car. All right, just going to go over things pretty quick here. This is how things basically were after the engine was pulled. It's been sitting in this condition for quite some time. So I'm going to try to get it outside and clean all this area up. And try to get the compressor out, get the lines out, get the intercooler out, headlights out, basically everything to start cleaning up the engine bay without getting anything really wet that doesn't matter. It's a mess, but it's going to look better. I'm going to do a quick tour around the garage. I cannot be the only one that runs into these kind of crazy issues with space. So the Supra's apart here. I've posted some of that information, some of the details, but everything's out. It's ready to be cleaned, have some holes welded up, trying to get it outside from some of the other projects out there. Interior is basically ripped apart, so this car is kind of stalling and taking up space at the moment. We got, the crank from the Supra. We got a whole bunch of turbo, manifolds. I mean, it's a disaster in here. It's driving me crazy. Downpipe, of course, the new motor that's going to go in there. We got some 13B housings for a rotary that I just tore down out of the black RX-7. All of the parts here. I have really no idea how to inspect any of these, but rotors, good? I have no idea. They look good, but I don't know. So the inventory here, all the parts, the old turbo, derp ski came out of it, spinny spin, kind of spinny spin. And then another 13B, I'll be tearing that one down tonight. It's from my son's car. The blood and guts that came out of the rotary. A bunch of parts from the black RX-7, a block from the Supra, eccentric shaft, some irons and some other parts And obviously there's no way a car would fit in here right now. It's a tiny little 2-car, and I'm kind of maximizing it with 1 car and like 20 engines. Well, not really, but you guys know what I mean. Insane. So thought I would share that because I can't be the only one that's dealing with this kind of space limitations and a million projects going on. But hey, that's why we do it. All right, here's the current status of this car, the 94 Supra. We have it outside today just so we can clean up, kind of get everything ready to start cleaning, like deep cleaning, welding some of these unnecessary holes. Well, I shouldn't say unnecessary. Some of the old OEM ones, I think like these are like the battery hold down and stuff. Like basically clean, weld up that stuff. I mean, we got like all the original stuff from back in the day. I have everything taped up to try to protect from water. So this is just duct tape, and I got silicone plugs, and they're in there pretty good. I mean, you just kind of screw them in, push and screw, and it would take a good bit of effort to pull those guys out. So they're all over the place in the heater core, plugged down for the air conditioning. So I'm gonna clean it, and then this stuff is actually gonna come out, so we can paint everywhere. You know, we'll pull everything out that's in here that's unnecessary. Probably even pull the fenders off. Got this protective stuff from where it was sitting in the garage. Pull it back inside, start welding some of the holes, and then start moving some of this wiring. Try to move this inside the fender. Stay. Fuse box is staying. So basically just tuck that there. I think this can go away. That's the igniter and stuff. We're getting rid of that because we have a Motec going in the car. So that's pretty much where we're at for today. You can see the inside of the car has become the storage unit. The dash is going to come out here soon. We've got a new dash going in, carpet. I don't know what we're doing with that yet. It's going to be new seats, all that fun stuff. Cage is coming out. I put this cage in. I made the cage. I think it's decent for my first one, but I'm actually going to have a chassis guy make a better one. So that's where we are for now. We're getting ready to start on this thing. Went ahead and tucked the harness there that was around there, all the stuff over there. So I'm going to start. I use a few different things here. I use this. This is not as good as the stuff that was not water-based. Then some of this stuff works pretty good. I also have some simple green and some purple power and all that. But I'm going to try with this and that stuff and good old pressure washer. So let's get started. So things came out a lot cleaner. You know, I mean, it's 30 years of junk just sitting in the engine bay. Obviously all the ones in the firewall that have the little plugs are for important things, such as, you know, gas pedal, may need that. You know, came out pretty clean. This car is in pretty good shape. It's not one of the rough ones. It was just dirty, nasty. Welds, and then I got to figure out, you know, where it's going after that. You know, this car is getting paint, whole bunch of stuff. So I got to get this done first, and then off to somebody hopefully I can trust to really, you know, make this thing look really nice. So, all right, let's try this again. So there is some gas in there now. What I was able to figure out is you just have to like pull this out a little bit, start it that way, and then go. I don't know exactly why. If I open the valve and then slowly put it in, it'll pull the fuel out. So this is the next step in the process of getting this thing torn down. I'm going to be taking the fuel tank out, have these things capped since it was not stinky in the garage, or so it wasn't stinky. The old relay setup, which was a 4-gauge wire coming in. I had 2 controllers coming to Pro A5. That's going to go away. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Something a little bit cleaner. That was already pretty clean. Anyway, I had a cap on here, had a little bit of a cover that went across. So we're going to do a little bit cleaner next time. But next step is to get this thing out. Just kind of like grab around the hose instead of using needle nose pliers and damage things. Oh, those are too big. I have a try to drain the fuel tank the other day. I took a video. I'm not sure where it's going to fall in line with the rest of everything else. So let's see what this looks like. This has been in here for a long time, probably 10 years. This is an 044. Gosh, I don't remember what this is. Like a 450 maybe? I think I did all this way before like the Hellcat stuff was even available. So years and years ago, I remember somebody telling me this fuel line is submersible, and I, for the life of me now, don't know if it is. Well, so there is actually not that much fuel left. I think that drawing the fuel out did work just fine. This is what we got in the tank. There's not much at all. There's a little bit in the basket, but the rest is pretty much dry. That should make dropping the tank down pretty easy. So the next step is get under the car, you know, release the supports for the tank, get the thing lowered out of the car, you know, and put the cap back on just for, you know, keep the critters out. Then we're taking that out, the dash. So anyway, this is out next. So yeah, follow along if you guys want to see what the status of this thing is and how the build goes. It's probably going to take quite a long time, but I'm going to try to do everything as best as I can, and always open to advice. So if you guys have made it to this point in the video, the first thing I want to say is thank you very much. I know that was not the most interesting content, and I promise it is going to get better as we kind of move through all of the things here. The one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, just as we close this out, is the name of the channel is Garage Zen, and Garage Zen is not just this YouTube channel. Garage Zen is also
an apparel company that I have started. And it's not an apparel company where you're going to see like pictures of the red Supra and another project and I have and pushing stuff like that. No, it's going to be a lot bigger. It's going to be pretty much every platform out there. BMW, Audi, Honda, Lexus, Mazda, like all of the brands that are within the community of us that like to modify cars. We're going to create designs for them for you guys to rock. So there's a few here I just want to show you real quick. These are some of the ones that I like because I am a Toyota fan. So this one here is the Toyota Mark IV Supra. It's a long sleeve t-shirt. We have over here, this is a Audi R8 rocking our slogan. The Garage Den slogan is Dream, Build, Drive. You guys can kind of make sense of what that means and where it's coming from. And then we have our Still Plays with blocks. And these are available for like 2JZ, K-Series, Coyote, GMLS. We even built one, designed one for the rotary guys. So, and sorry about my noise here, fighting through a cold. So again, we have a ton of these. We have like 50 or 60 designs on there right now. So with that said, I wanted to go ahead and close this out, say thank you very much to you guys for following along. There will be another video for the step 2 on this car coming soon. But as a thank you, the first 20 people that decide if they want to pick something up from the website, we're going to give you guys 20% off. The first 20 people, 20% off. I'm going to go ahead and put the code, right up here for you guys to go ahead and copy down. So like I said, first 20, get 20. So if you want to get something, go ahead and grab it. Really appreciate it. And keep an eye out on the next video. It's going to be all of the other stuff happening on this Supra to get it up to speed where we are today. Thanks. See you guys in the next one.